Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go ball deep. And today we are going to explain pretty much everything you guys need to know about the God Tree, the Otsutskis, the Jyubi, and what exactly is Isshiki Otsutsuki planning. So yeah, this video will be pretty deep.
This big brain time.
Now with the anime adapting the manga content and the chapter dropping next week with Kashin Koji vs Jigen, it's the best time to be a Boruto fan. By the way guys, a quick plug-in, our Jigen merch is available on our store, so go check it out and buy it to show your love and support. With that, let's cue the intro and get started.
Okay, so before I start this week's analysis, I'd like to thank Crunchyroll for sponsoring this video. Wait. I know you're about to skip this shit because it's an ad. Basically, thanks to your support, Crunchyroll is sponsoring the video. Currently, you can get a 2-week free premium account signing up under my link, crunchyroll.com/animeballsdeep. Yes, you heard that right. 2 weeks for free. Just sign up below and I'll put the link in the description and pinned comment. Since Crunchyroll is an authenticated source, it helps the original creators of the anime as they get a cut from the company. All our favorite anime is on Crunchyroll. Demon Slayer, Black Clover, Dr. Stone, Naruto, Boruto, JoJo Bizarre Adventure, whatever you can think of, they have it. I mean, the newest episodes are available only an hour after they air in Japan. All full HD on multiple devices like your phone, so you can watch anime on the train instead of dying of boredom. So please check out the link in the description and pinned comment, crunchyroll.com/animeballsdeep.
Alright, so right off the bat, to understand the Otsutsuki and the bigger picture of the Naruto Boruto universe, I need to quickly explain the God Tree. Before the age of shinobis on Earth, before Chakra was even a thing, the Earth, along with many other planets and dimensions, had a God Tree. It's not really explained how and where this tree came from, but in the anime, apparently the God Tree seed landed on Earth from a meteorite several millennia ago. However, it is heavily indicated that these trees are planted and cultivated by the Otsutskis themselves. For example, in Boruto episode 129, we learn about the Karasuki time-traveling turtle, which is an Otsutsuki artifact and was said to be on Earth for more than a millennia, meaning that the Otsutsuki might have left it there even before Kaguya arrived. Also, we see God trees in other worlds. One world in Pacific was shown to us in the anime, a unnamed world where Momoshiki and Kinshiki are seen in. The world is shown to have multiple smaller trees, which was obviously planted for fruit farming. However, Momoshiki points out that these fruits are not comparable to the fruit from a God tree such as the one on Earth due to the difference of energy being provided. But regardless of how the God tree came to be, the purpose of it, like most living things, is actually to live and grow. The God tree did this by slowly killing the land and its people by draining the natural energy from them. We see this consistency even in the Boruto manga in chapter 39 page 18, where Jigen said that the trees which Boruto and Kawaki will cultivate will end up destroying the planet and life itself. But you guys are probably wondering, anime balls deep, why can't it be just like a normal tree and just use sunlight? Listen, remember we have a PhD in anime bullshit science? This is the God tree we're talking about. It can use all kinds of energy. In turn, from all this natural energy, every 1,000 years, the tree produces a chakra fruit. This fruit pretty much consists of all the natural energy the tree has absorbed from the past 1,000 years. But the energy the fruit bears isn't exactly the same. This shit is basically like oil. Honestly, I'm surprised America didn't invade. Now, the fruit's chakra energy is actually different from the energy it absorbed. If you guys want me to break down what exactly is chakra in detail, then smash that like button and get it over 18,000 and join our Discord so you guys can be part of our discussions.
Yo, did you guys see the latest Boruto chapter?
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude,
my
that
God,
shit was
brother.
so good. Oh
Yes,
my
it was
God.
so
Did you see
good.
Yo, 10 out of 10 legit. Yo, Jigen! Jigen!
Jigen!
Hey, Seb, what do you thought?
Man, what are you talking about? The chapter was trash. It's fucking Boruto, man. It's a fucking
Ladies and
trash
gentlemen,
show. Like Boruto.
we got him.
Moving forward, chakra, if understood and used correctly, can be transmuted into other forms of energy. So to break it down even further and to explain it like you guys are 5 years old, just imagine the God Tree as a massive power plug with an inbuilt energy converter. Once it reaches a full charge, it makes a fruit, storing all that absorbed energy, but in a universal form. So the tree is the plug and the chakra fruit is the battery. But remember guys, the God Tree has an instinctive will to absorb energy. That's why long ago it was believed that anyone who approached the tree was consumed by a demon spirit and died like a withered branch. But in reality, it was just the tree sucking up all that life force.
Damn! That shit good!
Now guys, there are still a couple of unknown elements to the God Tree as it's not explained in detail, but from everything I gathered, it seems like a God Tree can produce one chakra fruit at a time. This is based on the fact that there haven't been any cases of the God Tree having more than one chakra fruit at a time. I guess it's like the tree reaches a 100% charge. If the fruit is plucked, then the tree goes to 0% and can potentially start to grow another fruit. Either way, as stated by Hagoromo in chapter 671 of the Naruto manga, if all the chakra in the world is united with the God Tree once more, it would be able to bear a new chakra fruit. He goes on to say this effectively would be the end of the world. And just to add, the God Tree also have a unique stance in the series of becoming a Jyubi, even though by itself it's just a huge ass tree that absorbs energy, ultimately killing everything around it. When fused with a willing agent, or the only case shown to us so far, an Otsutsuki, the tree transforms into a living moving monster, the 10-tailed. The Jyubi's objective is similar to the tree and literally craves chakra. Just imagine it as the God Tree, but it's a monster with crazy abilities. However, instead of absorbing natural energy to convert to chakra, the Jyubi goes directly after the chakra it once created when it was in the form of the tree. However, the will to chase after the chakra could also be the will of the Otsutsuki merged into the tree. But guys, a quick side note, a cool fact is that this tree bears a lot of resemblance to Yggdrasil from Norse mythology, where it is considered to be Odin's house, and we can consider the God Tree in Naruto to be the Otsutsuki's home where they venture to in order to replenish themselves and live longer, as they are basically god tier when compared to humans. But with that, I hope you guys have a clear understanding of what the God Tree is. So let's finally move on to the Otsutsuki clan. First thing to know, these guys are aliens, alright. The Otsutsukis are also referred to gods in some cases as well, which kind of fits well with the God Tree and all. But these species for many years have been traveling through the world and dimensions seeking out the chakra fruits from the God Tree. And as I mentioned earlier, the Otsutsuki were more than likely responsible for planting the God Tree seeds to planets with high energy life forms, so quality chakra fruits can be produced, meaning that the God Tree on Earth was sent purposely to later be cultivated by the Otsutsuki clan. With the chakra fruits, the Otsutsuki can then further the clan and grow stronger, allowing members to live for longer than a millennia, or possibly even giving them a form of immortality. Logically speaking, the Otsutsuki see themselves as a higher form of life, and every other life forms are just fodder. Humans to them are livestock. Actually no, they are less than that. They are fodder to their livestock. Now from what we know, the Otsutsuki clan would send their members to these planets with God Tree to oversee its growth, and when the tree was ready to produce a chakra fruit, the member assigned to that tree would be expected to harvest it. And in Boruto chapter 35, we learn from Sasuke's discovery that the Otsutsukis are grouped into pairs for their mission. Momoshiki was paired with Kinshiki, Kaguya was paired with Isshiki, and there seemed to be another unknown pair which we don't really learn about yet. In the anime though, we also get the introduction of Urashiki, who doesn't seem to have a partner, so he might not be part of the grouping. Instead, just a sole member sent by the clan to oversee and aid the others. But this is just a speculation. We actually don't know the purpose of Urashiki, if there is any purpose that is. Either way, currently we are only introduced to these 5 Otsutsuki members from the main family. I say main because later, from Kaguya's descendants, we get the branch family, which includes Kaguya's son, Hagoromo, Hamura, and their descendants. However, these members have human DNA, and also we're kind of taught the concept of ninchu, but ultimately the ability to use chakra to connect the physical and spiritual energy, ultimately giving every one of them innate chakra, unlike the original Otsutsuki members who rely on absorbing chakra. From Hagoromo and his son Indra and Asura, we get the Uchiha, Senju, and Uzumaki clan. Damn, I messed up every single one of those pronunciations. Oh no, you guys forgive me, I'm so sorry, man. Don't press the dislike button, man, please. Anyways, from Hamura, we got the Higa clan and the Otsutsuki clan, who were moved to the moon after it was created. By the way, this clan that was moved to to the moon split into their own main and branch clan. Tonori is from the branch clan on the moon. And somewhere from all of this, Kaguya also descended the Kaguya clan on Earth, who are pretty much all extinct. Kimimaro was from this clan. Now all of these clans have some Otsutsuki DNA in them, but again it's mixed with human DNA. Anyways, I ain't really going balls deep on the history of Kaguya's descendants in this video, but if you guys are interested in that, do let me know in the comment section below. Now coming back to the Otsutsuki, from the introduction of Momoshiki and Kinshiki in the anime, it is also indicated that the clan have their own law and order, where they actually seem to monitor the active planet which was supposed to be harvested. This is shown when Kinshiki reports to Momoshiki that there has been a disturbance in the space-time curvature being over 10 on the world Kaguya was assigned to. Kinshiki goes on to say that this should have been made aware to the clan, which is part of their law. Momoshiki in response commented that Kaguya disobeyed and broke the law, but then realizes that this isn't something she would have done, meaning that before Kaguya went to Earth, her character was that of a loyal member to the clan. But I guess they didn't expect her to fall in love. This knowledge instigated them to inform the clan and investigate the situation on Earth themselves. Either way, this highlights that the Otsutsuki clan have a civilization in their own world, where there must be a leader, lawmaker, and many other members. The 6th totem for each member that Sasuke found in chapter 35 of Boruto might have been a squad with a specific mission to harvest the chakra fruits. But with all of this, we got to notice that Isshiki wasn't even mentioned by Momoshiki during this findings, which could be either due to Isshiki having a subordinate role to Kaguya like Kinshiki is to Momoshiki, giving us a reason on why he wasn't a focus on the conversation, or that Isshiki was believed to be dead or banished. Later though, during Momoshiki's investigation of Kaguya, we learned that all Kaguya's scrolls are missing. It's possible that she got rid of it herself, but there is also a huge possibility that Isshiki stole them after Kaguya was sealed by her kids. At this point, Urashiki informs Momoshiki and Kinshiki about what happened on Earth with Kaguya. After this finding, they deemed Kaguya to be a traitor and a disgrace for actually growing attached to Earth to the point that she would prepare a white Zetsu army against them. Either way, we know the story of Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and even Kaguya. But what exactly happened with Kaguya's supposed partner Isshiki? From the current story, we know that Isshiki is in spirit currently bounded to Jigen through karma, so at one point Isshiki's spirit left his body and he bestowed a karma on Jigen. With this information, here is my balls deep theory. Isshiki more than likely was killed by Kaguya or something else, possibly even merging himself to a god tree. But either way, he was killed. However, unlike Momoshiki, Isshiki didn't bestow his killer the karma. Instead, he gave it to the nearest peasant around, which was Jigen. The reason I say this is due to Jigen's psychology and relationship with Kawaki and his possessor Isshiki. In a flashback in chapter 29, during Kawaki's training with Jigen, he states that the karma he gave to Kawaki can fill the hole in his heart, as is a special seal. This could actually be a symbolic and metaphorical understanding of what karma means to Jigen, as the karma gave him his own purpose. Jigen doesn't seem to have any self-value. Instead, he believes that the karma can fill an emptiness or void in the heart, which more than likely happened to him, even though Isshiki treats Jigen like shit, as we've seen later in chapter 38, when Jigen's body is busted up to the point where it makes him tear up. Isshiki dejects Jigen, deeming him a defective failure. However, Ishiki's comments on Jigen crying due to his body being hurt might have been a misunderstanding. It's possible that Jigen was crying because he realized his body was no longer usable to Isshiki, which meant his purpose was about to end. From all of this, Jigen plays the part of a subordinate or even a simp mentality towards his possessor Isshiki. When it comes to Isshiki, his plans to me seems like he wants revenge on Kaguya and her descendants, along with the possibility of being accepted back to his clan. Like locking up a Jyubi, as seen in chapter 35, indicates he plans to unleash it on the world. And as he takes the chakra from it, Isshiki comments it's not time for the 10 tails to eat him yet, meaning that Jigen's body will be eventually fed to this beast. However, Isshiki might also be suggesting that when he moves to his complete Vessel Kawaki, the Jyubi will then be unleashed and practically eat everyone on Earth. In turn, he can then separate the Otsutsuki from the god tree, harvesting the chakra fruit to give back to the clan leaders. Now, let's not forget that in the future, when Kawaki is possessed by Isshiki, he says this is the end of the world of shinobis, which could be the end goal of Isshiki. But guys, this is just my theory. This might not even happen. It might not come true. Who knows? Let's quickly run through the Otsutsuki's abilities. From what we know, all Otsutskis are born with a base Doujutsu of the Byakugan, and either by absorbing chakra or by other means, the Otsutskis have the potential to awaken other Doujutsus. Reningan?
Boy, if you don't...
from the Reningan, Tensengan, Renisharengan and more. I butchered every single one of those names. But anyway, an example of this is Kaguya with the Rene Sharingan, Hagoromo and Momoshiki both with the Reningan. But the Byakugan originate from the Otsutskis and is pretty much their core ability, in which they actually need to help search for the god tree and their chakra fruits across the worlds. On a side note, the use of the Byakugan passive abilities requires little to no chakra to be used. But Momoshiki explains that the Otsutskis' greatest ability is to absorb or ingest chakra. Then they efficiently convert it into strength, youth and long life. Now, unlike the shinobis after the era of Hagoromo and Ninshu, it is heavily implied that the Otsutskis do not have innate chakra, meaning that they are born with no chakra and cannot recover chakra like the shinobis do after resting. Instead, Otsutskis needs to absorb more chakra once their reserve are finished. This is implied time after time in the series, from the fact that in the anime, with Isshiki using his fishing rod to steal chakra to fight, from Momoshiki relying on absorbing chakra based jutsus to attack back, to even the fact that in the anime, after bestowing the karma on Boruto, the power gained is dependent on the available chakra. For example, Boruto's karma requires a lot of chakra to be used. When Momoshiki took over Boruto's body, he had to go to Naruto to absorb some of his chakra so he could defeat Boruto. This also happened with Isshiki when he possessed Jigen. Isshiki had to go to the 10-tail locked up in the Otsutsuki realm and take some of its chakra so he could maintain the full form of the karma and prepare to fight all out to reclaim Kawaki. There is also the indication of Momoshiki and Kinshiki being so surprised with the use of chakra being split into beasts and other forms when they come to Earth, showing that they have little to no knowledge on the way chakra is effectively used amongst the people of Earth. To them, they see chakra with the Byakugan and they absorb that shit. But the Otsutskis do have a lot of unique abilities, like for instance the ability to merge with the god tree along with producing a manifestation of their will after they die. Kaguya did this and made the Black Zetsu. Isshiki and Momoshiki also do this in producing a karma to keep their will intact and attached to the subject of the karma, which in this case was Jigen and Boruto respectively. I have covered the karma in great detail in another video, so make sure to check that out. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe and ding that notification bell to stay updated. With that, I'll catch you guys till next time.